안녕하세요. Okay, so this is my review for episodes 3 and 4 of Angel's Revenge. And sorry about my nails, they are disgust. I have to paint them later, but I don't feel like it. So, yeah. Oh, if you're wondering what I'm wearing on my lips, it is a Elf All Over color stick in some type of shimmering pink color, I forget the name, and a limited edition red lip gloss that came in a Elf's villain set that is pretty much the only thing I've talked about on my channel. But, yeah, episode 1. So, episode 1, I don't remember much that happened, because I watched episode 1 before today, and then I rewatched it today, but for some reason it didn't seem very eventful to me. So, the only part I remember is, it starts off with, the nun's sister, Sun-Yun, I'm really bad with Korean names, but the nun's sister, and her boyfriend talking, and he was breaking up with her, and she was asking what was wrong, did she do something, and he said that he was breaking up with her because of him, and that he just wanted to break up with her, that they weren't compatible or whatever, and he was being really mean, and she said, but I'm pregnant, and then, of course, he did stupid things that all guys do, so you got pregnant on purpose, yes, I did that on purpose. But, you know, whatever. So, he told her that if they got married, his life will be heck, and if she aborted the baby, that his life will be heck, wondering every now and then about what would have happened if the baby was born. So, he told her, don't get an abortion, or get an abortion, just don't tell me. But I found out in the second episode, he said, get an abortion. I just didn't read the subtitles right. So, she was crying, and he left her because he was already in love with the chairman's daughter, which I'm just like, what? But, and then flash forward to the parents. The parents find out that they go to visit, their son-in-law at his job, and they see him riding off with another girl, and there's people gossiping, and they said something about him actually dating the chairman's daughter, and they found out that he broke up with their daughter, which I'm just like, how can you hear that from that far away? Like, they're across the street and whispering to each other, and there's, like, cars going past, and it's busy, so how did they hear that? And then they asked about it, and they get, like, really mad, so they go over to his mom's house, because he has a single parent, and keep in mind, everyone in the show is in their 30s. So I'm just like, because I'm used to watching K-dramas with teenagers, but everybody in the show is in their 30s, which isn't normal to me. And, in this episode, they didn't talk at all about the teenager that passed out. So I'm just like, okay then? Like, did she just pass out and no one saw her again? And this guy is still lying to the nuns, but then he finds the compass. I can't remember if it was in episode 1 or episode 2. It was episode 1. He finds the compass, and it's talking about how forgetful the nun is, because she forgets everything. And then he sees her outside in the snow looking for it. He goes up to her and tells her it's too cold for her to be out here. And she gets upset because she really wants to find the compass. And he feels bad for her for being in the snow, but she refuses to tell her that he already found the compass, which I'm just like, you are so mean and nice at the same time. So she went inside. She was talking to the other nuns, like, I think he's actually kind of nice. And I'm just like, no. So then, at the end of the, whatever it was, at the end of the episode, and yes, that's the sound of my mother's phone dying again, but at the end of the episode, she's like hanging up clothes on a clothesline, the sun is right in her face, the wind is blowing furiously, but of course it's not affecting her because it's a K-drama, and then all of a sudden it blows off her nun hat shawl thing. I'm sorry if this is offensive. I know nothing about nuns. But, it blows off and her hair is blowing in the wind and he's just standing there with his mouth open staring at her. I'm like, this is extremely cheesy. So then, like, she turns around to pick up her hat and looks up and smiles at him. And he's just standing there gawking, which, that reminds me, he looks just like Chanyeol from EXO. But I'm an exotic, so maybe I just think that because, yay, Chanyeol. But, what am I talking about? Yeah. That scene was cheesy and out of place, because it was like the last thing that you saw. But then we go to episode 2, and it starts off with that scene. And she's like asking him why he's here, asking him what if he needed something, asking him if he's okay. He's just standing there with his mouth open, not saying anything, completely bewildered. And then he was just like, I don't need anything. And he just said he didn't need anything and left. And she's just like, oh, okay. And she smiles. I'm just like, you're being very oblivious, but whatever. And then, like, he goes looking for this guy, and he finds him. He calls him grandfather, and he's like, oh, I know you. And then he thought for a second. He's like, I don't know you. And he's like, you do know me. You're my grandfather. You took care of me when I was 7. He's like, nope, don't know you. Have never seen you in my life. And he's just like, why is he pretending he doesn't know me? So then he walks away. So the guy calls his grandmother. He's like, he found me. And she's all like, well, switch where you live. Call me when you find somewhere to live, and I'll make sure you're comfortable there. But don't say anything else about him. I'm like, okay, so many family secrets. Then we flash over to the sister, and she finds out where the sister is. And she goes and sees her and sees that she's pregnant. So I'm just like, ooh, bad. No, she confronted the sister's husband. The sister's husband accidentally said, did she say something? Did she get rid of it? Did she not get rid of it? She's like, got rid of it what? And he's like, oh, nothing. And he just walked away. Just like, again, so obvious. But she finds the sister. She starts screaming at the sister because she's pregnant. And I'm like, get off her case. She's already pregnant and alone. What else could you do? And the sister starts having, like, pregnancy pains. And she's like, oh, okay, I'm screaming at her to the point of having a miscarriage. I should probably stop. So they, like, go inside, and the sister's cooking for her, and then all of a sudden there's this flashback, and apparently the lead nun had cancer, which I'm like, why is it always cancer in K-pop music videos and K-drama? Everybody has cancer. Like in Big Bang's music video Hardwood, the girl got cancer suddenly, and it just, like, she had cancer one day and the next day her hair was already gone from chemotherapy. But yeah, she had cancer, and it was like her sister taking care of her, and I was like starting to tear up. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna cry, not gonna do this. And then it came back to where the sister was taking care of the pregnant one. The nun was taking care of the pregnant sister, and she made her the food that her sister made her when she had cancer. And she's like, even if you can't eat anything, you can eat this. And I started bawling. I was just like, no, so sad. So then she's like leaving the sister, and she's like, can I at least, no, they're talking about how they'll miss each other so much, and the sister's like, if you're going to miss me that much, just take a picture. So she takes a picture, and she's on the bus, and she tries to call the brother-in-law, and he won't answer. And then then she sends him a text like, I need to talk to you right now. And he, like, looks at his phone and ignores it, and he's in a meeting with the chairman's daughter. And then she sends him a text with the picture of her sister who's pregnant, who wasn't supposed to be pregnant because he told her to get an abortion. So he drops his phone and starts shaking in the middle of the office, and everybody just looks at him like, are you okay, dude? And he's like, yeah, I'm fine. So he goes and meets the nun, and he's like, would you please stop sticking your nose in my business? I'm like, I agree wholeheartedly. And she's like, no, the daughter can't grow up without a father, which I love the daughter's name. They're naming her Sarang, which is Korean for love, and I'm like, oh, that's so cute. But, yeah. I lost my train of thought. Anyway, right. So she was talking to the husband, or the ex-husband, the ex-fiance, ex-boyfriend, whatever, and then he was like, I'll take care of this. And she's like, you're really going to meet her? And he's like, yeah, where does she live? And she gives him the address like an idiot. And he goes, and she's knocking on the door. And she waddles over like a pregnant woman to the door. Like, who is it? Is it the landlord? And he opens the door right as she's about to open it. And she starts stumbling back like, dear God, no. And he's like, I see you didn't get rid of the baby. And she's just like, And then it like ends. And I'm like, this nun is so stupid. She's about to get her sister beaten to death. Like, literally beaten to death. Or beaten to miscarriage. Or something like that. And, like, why would she let him meet the sister without, like, going with him? Because she knows that something bad is bound to happen. And It baffles me. The whole thing is baffling. And why is everybody hitting Korean drama so much? Like, the parents were beating the heck out of the daughter who is the chairman of the company, and because she was like dating someone she wasn't supposed to date, who was an employee at the company, and yeah, it just, so the mother was hitting her, and then the in-laws got in a big fight because he dumped the daughter, and apparently that's not right, and I don't know. I don't understand why the in-laws were fighting. They should, like, stay out of it. It's their children's business, not theirs, but Korea. So, yeah. That's what I think about those 2 episodes. I'm going to go watch the other 2 episodes, and I'm probably going to do another review today and post it this weekend, because I'm only supposed to post a review every Saturday and Sunday, and make a tutorial or something on a Thursday, which I will not do a make a tutorial for this look, because it looks pathetic. What is on my face right now? I don't know. Anyway, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to. Like it if you like it. Peace, geese.